द एनडीटीवी ऑटो शो में आप सबका बहुत बहुत स्वागत है। मैं हूं आपकी होस्ट मुग्धा मिश्रा और आज मैं हूं बुध इंटरनेशनल सर्किट पर, जहां पर मैं चलाने आई हूं पोर्शा की सारी गाड़ियां, क्योंकि आज है पोर्शा ब्रांड एक्सपीरियंस डे, जहां पर वो हम जैसे कुछ जर्नलिस्ट को और अपने कस्टमर्स को पोर्शा की सारी गाड़ियां एक्सपीरियंस करने का मौका दे रहे हैं। अब मेरा एक्सपीरियंस कैसा है ये जानने के लिए आपको इंतज़ार करना होगा एक हफ्ते इस शो पर, जब हम अगले हफ्ते ये स्टोरी लेकर आएंगे। अदरवाइज आप हमारे साथ हमारे यूट्यूब चैनल पर जुड़ जाइए, क्योंकि वहाँ पर हम as soon as possible ये स्टोरी डाल देंगे। लेकिन आज फोकस करते हैं मिड साइज एसयूवी सेगमेंट पर, जहां पर क्लियरली मार्केट लीडर है Hyundai Creta। लेकिन पिछले साल टाटा मोटर्स ने अपनी कर्व भी लॉन्च की थी, जो कि एक एसयूवी कूपे है। और अगर आप भी मिड साइज एसयूवी सेगमेंट की गाड़ी खरीदने की सोच रहे हैं, तो हम आपको बताते हैं कि आपको कौन सी चुननी चाहिए, Hyundai Creta या फिर टाटा कर्व।
The new Creta that came last year has got a quintessential boxy design that we are quite familiar with. This one is the special N-line, guys, where you have few elements that stand out, whether those are the wheels, N-line badges, or this paint shade. Looks quite seamless and quite used to what we are seeing on the roads.
No matter how boxy the Creta looks, there has to be something really appealing about coupe SUVs, and that's why they are the new trend in the market. और इसीलिए मुझे टाटा कर्व ज़्यादा appealing लगती है. It looks more seductive than the Creta. I understand it is quite a more mature design language, but this one is youthful, it is young. In fact, यहाँ पे सामने की तरफ जो connected LED DRLs दिए गए हैं, इनमें आपको welcome pattern मिल जाता है, and similarly you get this treatment on the tail lamps as well. उसी के साथ एक और चीज़ है अनिर्बान, जो सारे viewers agree करेंगे, वो ये है कि Creta का design language, I mean especially from the front, it looks very cluttered, whereas the Curve has some sort of element in it. SUVs मतलब ground clearance, और इस लिहाज में कर्व को कुछ मार्क्स एक्स्ट्रा मिलते हैं। यहाँ पर आपको 208 मिलीमीटर की ग्राउंड क्लियरेंस मिल जाती है, लेकिन क्रेटा में सिर्फ 190 मिलीमीटर।
But then the wheelbase, where the backseat experience matters most, I think there the Creta has got an upper hand over the Curve.
Now getting inside the Tata Curve is also a stylish act, क्योंकि यहाँ पर आपको flush door handles मिलते हैं and opening the door is more like a handshake.
Well, that might be the case with you at the front seat, but for the rear, I think the ingress area, the aperture is not all that great, especially if you are elderly. You have to duck to get into the cabin. I think that is a little bit of difficulty if you have body ache or if you are an elderly person.
I think Anirban, as I said, ये गाड़ी एक youthful audience के लिए डिज़ाइन करी गई है. It's not a boring car like your Creta.
Well, I agree with you. The kind of poppy colors used in the cabin, the kind of features you have, it's really on par with segment, and if not better than a lot of rivals. I mean, I can see the screen in front of me. It feels good, looks good. The camera, the ADAS features, everything is on point.
See, ये जो स्क्रीन है ये क्रेटा के मुकाबले बड़ी है. इनफैक्ट इट्स अ 12.3 इंच टच स्क्रीन. डू यू गेट दैट इन योर क्रेटा?
Well, I don't, but Creta's layout is much more flush, it's more seamless, and you have to give it to Creta for the kind of fit and finish level the car has.
See,
but then comparing both the cars, मुझे लगता है storage space and overall space inside the cabin, Creta में आपको थोड़ा सा ज़्यादा मिलेगा, primarily due to a better wheelbase and also nifty storage space inside the cabin. चाहे बॉटल होल्डर्स की बात करें या फिर सेंट्रल कंसोल में स्टोरेज एरिया, क्रेटा में ओवरऑल दैट सेंस ऑफ स्टोरेज इज मच बेटर.
बट कितनी सारी ऐसी कन्वीनियंस फीचर्स हैं जो आपको कर्व में मिलती हैं और क्रेटा में नहीं मिलती हैं. बट आई एम श्योर अनिर्बान विल नॉट अग्री टू दिस, सो लेट्स जस्ट क्विकली हॉप इनटू द क्रेटा एंड लेट मी टेल हिम कि कौन कौन से ऐसे फीचर्स हैं जो आपको कर्व में मिल रहे हैं और क्रेटा में नहीं.
We have moved on to the Creta, और आपको याद दिला देते हैं कि ये N-line वेरिएंट है, hence ये सीट्स जो देख रहे हैं all black and this is finished in leatherette material. पीछे फील कैसा लग रहा है मोहित?
Here I certainly think it is slightly more spacious than Curve.
Well, one feature that the Curve misses out on is the physical AC controls. आप Creta में अगर देखते हैं तो ये जो layout दिया गया AC का, everything is well within the reach.
Well, on that note, Anirban, there are a few things I want to say. first thing, the Creta misses out on wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay.
Oh yeah,
Curve में
definitely
मिलता
I missed
है।
that.
Curve में आपको Express Cool फीचर मिलता है, यानी एक बटन दबाओ सारे विंडोज नीचे आ जाते हैं and climate control setting goes to its lowest. Thirdly, the Curve gets a larger touch screen. Along with that, the Curve also gets a 10.25-inch instrument cluster that is customizable, full LCD. Talking of safety, Curve has 5-star ratings with Creta.
Well, another tangible feature which the Curve has got upper hand is the boot space.
Right.
Luggage volume, cargo volume, पीछे आप ज़्यादा luggage डाल सकते हैं. The area is more deep. आपको headroom भी ज़्यादा मिलता है luggage के लिए. So overall, I think for family, you can carry that extra bit of bag in Curve over Creta. Petrol and diesel combination in both the cars. With the Creta, you get a 1.5 naturally aspirated petrol. एक similar capacity का turbo petrol भी आता है. फिर आपको एक similar capacity का diesel भी मिल जाएगा. दूसरी तरफ कर्व की ओर आए तो कर्व में 2 टर्बो पेट्रोल इंजन मिलता है.
हाँ, एक 1.2 लीटर 3 सिलेंडर टर्बो पेट्रोल, बट देन यू गेट द सेम इंजन विद डायरेक्ट इंजेक्शन.
वेल इन इंजन कॉम्बिनेशन के साथ आपको ट्रांसमिशन भी बहुत सारा देखने को मिल जाएगा.
Right.
लार्जली 6-speed मैनुअल इज कॉमन अक्रॉस इंजन पावर ट्रेन्स
ऑल
बोथ द कार्स.
इंजन्स.
लेकिन डीजल कर्व में we are seeing first time in the segment 7-speed dual clutch.
Right. So all the automatic variants in the Curve get a 7-speed dual clutch. Creta में आपको अलग अलग options मिल जाते हैं. For example, for the NA, you get the option of a CVT. When you move to this turbo petrol, you get the option of a DCT. Whereas if you're moving for the diesel engine, तो आपको torque converter का option भी मिल जाता है. But then 6-speed manual, it remains across the range, present. It's omnipresent than just being present. But all of these engines, I have to say that Creta has far more refined powertrain choices in comparison to the Curve.
और अगर आप कंपेयर करें डुअल क्लच वर्सेस टॉर्क कन्वर्टर,
My pick would be a torque converter, again a no-nonsense attitude that it throws right on your face.
but then somehow well, reliability is an issue and it's a long-standing issue for the brand. But whatever I have driven diesel plus or dual clutch in Tata, I found it interesting. You know, it just gives you extra legs. So I think let's hop onto the Curve और बात करते हैं ride quality, handling and other features.
Exactly. So it's time for the chapter 2. I certainly love the way this car rides. Seats comfortable है, suspension थोड़ा सा softer side है, so it is very easy on potholes, ripples, expansion joints and some undulations on the road. बहुत ज़्यादा आपको गाड़ी के अंदर feel नहीं होते हैं, and that makes the Curve a slightly more comfortable car than the Creta.
Also on the highway front, I think it's more planted. The Curve feels more solidly, it sticks to the ground little better than the Creta.
I would say that, but once you are on a mountain road or say a hilly section where you have fast flowing corners and curves, you'll realize it's the N line that is the better bet of these cars in terms of suspension. I mean the overall chassis, how it works and everything, that is very beautiful on the N line. But if you're somebody who is happy with the body roll, कि आप body roll झेल सकते हो लेकिन आपको steering feedback काफ़ी superior चाहिए, then I think आपको Curve पसंद आएगी. दोनों ही गाड़ियाँ similarly spec'd हैं. आपको level 2 ADAS मिल जाते हैं, भरमार है यहाँ पर airbags की और active passive safety features की. लेकिन Creta में ये सारे features थोड़े से ज़्यादा accuracy के साथ काम करते हैं.
What is your feel from the driving seat? Both the SUVs are quite high seating.
Right.
So in terms of outright commanding position view, कैसा लग रहा है?
So Creta on paper is narrower than the Curve.
But somehow this one feels nice.
Yeah, but
Yes.
on the inside, it's the Curve that feels smaller. I
Yeah.
think a big fact or the big giveaway for that thing
the
is
roofline.
it is based on the Nexon platform,
Yes.
which is a venue rival.
Yes.
So although they have extended the wheelbase a little, managed to make it little longer and spacious on the rear, on the boot end side of it, but somehow it does feel slightly tighter car on the inside. But on the Creta, you do know that you are driving a compact SUV. In fact, how some people categorize it as mid-size SUV. So it gives you that vibe and flavor of being in that segment, not a segment lower than that. So Tata Motors, they have a 3-cylinder layout for both of their engines. Yes, you feel the rumble, you feel the vibrations, you feel the noise, all of it inside the cabin. They have done good job in keeping them away from the cabin, but still they do enter the cabin when we are comparing it to Creta. And the reason for that is Creta gets a 4-cylinder engine, which in its natural inheritance is very refined and very silent. I mean, it's an architecture that is just vanilla, if nothing. So yeah.
And somehow the Creta's shell and everything, the feeling inside the cabin has improved with this new design
Right.
story that we have seen that came last year.
Yeah, no two ways about that. It feels more premium of the two. And coming down to the diesel engines, now I still feel that both of them are equally vibey and crude, but I would still give a mark extra or two to the Creta's motor.
I think before we wrap up, we should have a look at the price as well.
Yeah. So while they'll be here on your screen, but we'll still give you a short idea about it. So it's the Curve that has a lower starting point, around 10 lakh rupees. The Creta, it starts from 11,11,000 rupees. So, but the top end, this Creta N-Line, it comes down to roughly 20,60,000 rupees ex-showroom. While the Curve's top end, it comes close to 19,52,000 rupees ex-showroom. So I think overall, the pricing will not be a deal breaker for people. I think what will be a deal breaker is the kind of experience they want from these SUVs. This is the Altroz facelift. But what all has changed here? That is exactly what I'll be telling you. Now the chrome line that you saw on the pre-facelift Altroz, that is not available here. Instead, you're getting a full piano black digital grille. Now over to the bumper, there is some sort of visual break over here with these plastic cladding and this air dam over to the front bumper. Now moving over to the side, what you will see are these new design for the alloy wheels. This still measures 16 inches. जो इंडिकेटर पहले आपको यहाँ देखने को मिलता था, अब उसे हटा दिया गया है. Instead, it has moved to on the ORVM. अब आपको फ्लश डोर हैंडल्स मिल जाते हैं, बट ये powered नहीं है. A set of new connected LED tail lamps. Now there is a lot of piano black over here. Now just like the outside cabin of the Altroz has also become slightly more appealing now. That dull grey theme, it is now replaced with more beiger tone of the upholstery. Under thigh support पर टाटा ने अच्छा खासा काम किया है. Well, now you get this textured black element and also the ambient lighting has been altered. आपको एक capacitive touch panel मिल जाता है for the climate control. Now this wireless charger that you are seeing is again an add-on and उसी के साथ आपको 65 watt की फास्ट चार्जिंग मिल जाती है. यहाँ पर आपको एक 10.25 इंच का इंफोटेनमेंट यूनिट मिलता है. जो सीट स्क्वाब है, अब इसकी डेप्थ थोड़ी बढ़ा दी गई है. उसी के साथ अगर आपको अपना फोन चार्ज करना है तो यहाँ पर अब 65 वाट का टाइप सी पोर्ट मिल जाता है. आपको यहाँ पे 3 हेडरेस्ट नहीं मिलते हैं, लेकिन जो 2 हेडरेस्ट मिलते हैं वो दोनों ही एडजस्टेबल है. अब सेफ्टी के लिहाज में आपको यहाँ पर ADAS तो नहीं मिलता है, लेकिन 6 एयरबैग्स एज अ स्टैंडर्ड फिटमेंट मिल जाते हैं अलॉन्ग विद अ स्लू ऑफ अदर पैसिव सेफ्टी फीचर्स. अब कॉस्मेटिक चेंजेस तो काफ़ी सारे किए हैं टाटा ने, लेकिन मैकेनिकली बहुत कुछ चेंज नहीं हुआ है. इनफैक्ट आपको पहले वाले ही दोनों इंजन विकल्प मिलते हैं. ये अपनी श्रेणी की अकेली ऐसी कार है जहां पर आपको एक डीजल इंजन का ऑप्शन मिल जाएगा.
So we've been driving the Golf GTI at NAT tracks in Indore and we have tested the engine capability and the performance and handling of the Golf GTI. This gets a 2-liter turbo petrol engine and it makes close to 265 odd horses and 370 Newton meters of peak torque. Alright, so we are inside the cabin of the Golf GTI and it does feel sporty. You have these nice red accents all over. You have the GTI badging on the steering wheel with these red accents here and red stitching as well. 12.9 inch touchscreen, 10.25 inch instrument cluster. A miss that I feel on this car is that the seats are manually adjusted and not electrically adjustable. So that's a miss, right? Prices of the Golf GTI will be announced on 26th of May and that's when our review of the car goes live as well. All you KTM fans can breathe a sigh of relief. Now we all know that KTM had been going through some troubled time owing to its financials, right? But its Indian partner Bajaj Auto has decided to step in and save the day. Bajaj Auto has secured an 800 million euros loan package to bail KTM out of trouble, and yes, KTM is not going anywhere, not in India nor anywhere else in the world. Out of the 800 million euros, 200 million have already been paid, and the rest is in the process of being deployed to pay creditors back and restart manufacturing operations at Mattighofen, KTM's plant in Austria. With this, Bajaj will transition from a minority investor to a majority stakeholder in KTM's parent company. Even with this plant acquisition, there are a few questions that have been unanswered yet. What happens to KTM's motorsport program like the MotoGP and more importantly the Dakar, in which KTM has been dominant for many years now? And what happens to KTM's partnership with companies like CF Moto? The answer to all these questions will be revealed in due time, but for now KTM is safe and your favorite motorcycle manufacturer is not going anywhere.
India's second biggest player in the two-wheeler space, Honda Motorcycles and Scooters India, have taken proactive decisions and investment strategy to strengthen their position and claim to the top spot in the Indian market. We're in Gujarat. We visited the Vithalapur plant. It's in the outskirts of Ahmedabad, and the company has pledged 920 crores investment over the next 3 years in expansion of their new production line. This will result in a increased production volume annually from 61 lakh to 70 lakh by 2027. The Vithalapur facility is Honda's biggest manufacturing hub for scooters all across the globe. Now, there was a celebratory moment as Honda rolled out 500 millionth or 50 crore production landmark globally, and the Activa was rolled out. Along with that, in presence of Gujarat CM, Honda's top management also unveiled the 500 million landmark logo on the Activa. Honda is very much optimistic on the EV goals as well. They want to launch one electric vehicle every year in the Indian market, and in years to come, without stating any timeline, they have said they want to become the pole player in the two-wheeler space for electric vehicles as well.
ये है पोर्शा मकान, लेकिन ये है ईवी। जी हाँ, ये है पोर्शा मकान ईवी टर्बो। हम इसको भी एक्सपीरियंस करेंगे। तो ना सिर्फ आइस गाड़ियाँ लाइनअप में हैं, पोर्शा की जितनी भी ईवीज हैं इंक्लूडिंग टेकान एंड मकान, दोनों भी एक्सपीरियंस करने वाले हैं। तो अगले हफ्ते शो पर ज़रूर जुड़िएगा, क्योंकि हम लेकर आएंगे इस पूरे दिन का जायज़ा आपके लिए। अभी लेते हैं आप सबसे इजाज़त, अगले हफ्ते फिर मुलाकात होगी, तब तक के लिए बाय बाय।